Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Dallas reveals La'el Collins' new jersey number, fans upset? The Dallas Cowboys have themselves a new/old employee at practice today here inside the Star, and he's wearing a new/old number. The player? Offensive lineman La'el Collins signed off the couch on Thursday to add some much-needed depth for a Dallas playoff run. "We're trying to make sure we're locked and loaded for the playoffs," Coach Mike McCarthy said. "If you look at the addition of players who have played in games, really important. Of course, along with La'el coming to work and showing up at practice here inside the Star, he needs a uniform. When La'el was with the Cowboys to start his career, he wore number 71. And he wore that number when he moved to the Bengals as well. But presently, another backup O-lineman, Vet Chuma Edoga, is assigned number 71. And he apparently likes it. So Collins opted to settle into number 72. Is that a problem? It is suggested here that the assignment might cause a conundrum in some Cowboys fans' hearts for a couple of reasons, and this is where we get a bit lost. What's the problem? One media outlet suggests Cowboys Nation might be troubled here because number 72 was once the number of the legendary Ed Too Tall Jones, and was once the number of future Hall of Famer Travis Frederick. That is a mouthful. We think highly of Frederick, the 5-time Pro Bowler. But we're not sure he'd locked into Canton. We also think highly of Too Tall, but we're not sure where anybody might get the idea that number 72 is hallowed territory, considering that over the years, lesser lights such as Stephen Bowen, Rob Calloway, Louis Cheek, Tristan Hill, Dwayne Missouri, and Stephen Peterman have worn the number. So no, we don't think Cowboys Nation is too broken up about this, as we're willing to bet that all Cowboys fans really hope here is that La'el Collins can somehow be a part of a Super Bowl push. La'el Collins is an American football offensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys of the National Football League, NFL. He played college football at LSU, where he won the Jacobs Blocking Trophy, recognizing Southeastern Conference's, SEC, top offensive lineman, in 2014. Collins signed with the Dallas Cowboys as an undrafted free agent in 2015. A native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Collins attended Redemptorist High School, where he was named to the Louisiana 3A All-State team in each of his final 3 seasons. Paving the way for running back Jeremy Hill, Collins helped lead Redemptorist to a LHSAA Class 3A state quarterfinals berth in his senior year, where the team lost to Patterson, which was led by running back Kenny Hilliard. CD wants to be NFL's highest-paid WR, but there's a catch. If he wasn't in the conversation for the best receiver in the NFL before 2023, Dallas Cowboys star CD Lamb is certainly making a strong case for himself this season. Heading into the final week of the regular season, Lamb is first in receptions league-wide with 122, second in receiving yards with 1,651 and tied for third in touchdowns with 10. He also broke the Cowboys franchise record in the former 2 stats, surpassing Michael Irvin's outstanding marks in 1995. That said, great talent and performance comes with a price, literally. The Cowboys have Lamb under contract for 1 more season, thanks to his 5th-year option, which will see his salary cap hit rise substantially. After that, though, they'll have to back up the Brinks truck to keep him in Dallas. They are planning on doing so. And Lamb has a plan, too. When asked if he would like to be the NFL's highest-paid receiver, Lamb said ideally, yeah, for sure. However, he added that his focus is on helping the Cowboys chase that ever-elusive Super Bowl in February, and he doesn't want his future contract situation to be a distraction. After that, then we'll start talking, Lamb said. While Lamb isn't focused on his next deal right now, it has to at least be a thought in the back of the Cowboys' mind. Dallas is already staring down an upcoming cap crunch, and that's before they've signed Lamb, quarterback Dak Prescott and linebacker Micah Parsons. Of that trio, Lamb may be the one the Cowboys are more reluctant to commit to long-term, as receiver is the most replaceable position, but that doesn't make a difficult situation any easier. What's the possible price tag? Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins is tops at $30 million APY. Davante Adams of the Las Vegas Raiders is at $28 million. Cooper Kupp of the Los Angeles Rams is at $26.7 million. The Cowboys have been blessed to be one of the best drafting teams in the NFL recently, and it's helped them get to where they are today. However, that same drafting prowess could very well cause a $30 million per year or so headache for their cap specialists, though it's a good headache to have. Giants RB Saquon Barkley addresses impending free agency after disappointing season. New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley spent last offseason in limbo over his contract before he and the team agreed to a one-year contract for 2023. Now that the Giants' season is about to end, Barkley's future is once again a topic of discussion. In a media session on Wednesday, Barkley said he still wants to remain a Giant, just as he said last year, but it will be up to general manager Joe Schoen to make that decision. "I already mentioned that I wanted to be a Giant for the rest of my life. That was a goal of mine when I was drafted. I wanted to leave a legacy here, but it's out of my control," Barkley said, via SNY. "Me sitting here and saying that I want to be a Giant for the rest of my life, like I did last year, doesn't help or hurt. It's up to these guys, on the board." One big difference between last offseason and this offseason, however, is New York's record. Last year, the Giants were coming off a winning season and a playoff appearance, while this year they have already achieved a losing record. New York's rough season might not be a good sell for a player in his prime like Barkley, and the running back acknowledged that most players would likely look elsewhere. However, Barkley mentioned that testing free agency would be more a matter of curiosity than anything else. "For me, it wouldn't be seeing what the market would bring," he said. "Did a new beginning cross my mind? I think anyone, when you look at the season as it was, I feel like anyone could want a new beginning, not just saying somewhere else, but a blank slate. If I get to the open market, that was God's plan." Barkley has played in 13 games this year, producing 1,145 yards from scrimmage and 8 total touchdowns rushing and receiving. With 84 rushing yards on Sunday, he would total more than 1,000 rushing yards for the 4th time in his career. If he become a free agent, the Dallas Cowboys are interested in his hiring. After this weekend, Saquon Barkley will find himself in the same situation he was in during last year's offseason. The New York Giants wrap up their season against the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday, and without a contract, Barkley understands the possibility it could be his last game with the G-men. Barkley and the Giants discussed, but could not agree on, a long-term deal last year. He played with the franchise tag this season. The 6th-year running back will be a free agent after the season. Barkley can be designated with the franchise tag a second time, but he wants to avoid that and remain a Giant. "I've mentioned before that I want to be a Giant for life. That was a goal of mine when I got drafted," Barkley said Wednesday, via ESPN. "I wanted to leave a legacy here. But it's out of my control." Barkley said that if the Giants don't tag him and aren't willing to give him what he wants, he's going to explore the free agent market. "I just want something that is fair. But, like I said, I get it. It's a business. If it's not here, hopefully it's some other place," he said. The running back market has plummeted in recent years, prompting Barkley and other star running backs to meet via Zoom earlier this year to discuss ways to combat their declining demand. And you fan, what do you think of the Saquon Barkley situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.